Hello my strange and charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys the most important productivity apps that I use on my iPhone. I'm always asked about different apps that I use and like if I can give a recommendation on a good digital system for organizing. And today I wanted to share with you guys those 8 apps that I really couldn't live without. So these are going to be 8 productivity apps that you should download ASAP. I'm gonna go ahead and link them down in the description. And these, as far as I know, these are 8 iPhone apps, but they may have Android or Windows equivalents. I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm linking all of the apps down below for you guys to check out through the iTunes store. And then I'm hoping that through like the name of the company that distributes it or the name of the app, you'll be able to figure out if they actually have it in like your Google Play Store or in a Windows App Store, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right in because I think that this video can be a pretty quick one. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for me to kind of make shorter videos and I've been listening, so I want to get through this pretty quickly. Okay, so the first productivity app I think you should download immediately is called Plain Text. Now, if you are not familiar with the term plain text, this is a common term that's used in computing to basically mean a word processor that basically does no formatting. It's all just regular plain text. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, Alexis, what's such a big deal about a word processing app? I've got a notepad on my phone that I use and it works fine. Well, this is the thing that I find. I don't like the Notes app on my iPhone. It's just not something that I like. Most of the reason for that is because there does tend to be some sort of formatting that ends up carrying over funny whenever I type a note in my iPhone's Note app. I'm frequently writing things like emails or descriptions of Instagram pictures in a separate Notes app before I paste it into my final like Instagram post or email. But whenever I use the regular Notes app in my iPhone, I just feel like things convert over funny, like there's weird formatting. So I like to use the app called Plain Text because it's a great, very simple, very streamlined, plain text word processing editor. And I could not recommend anything more highly. I mean, I'm sure there's many out there, but I really like Plain Text. I've been using it literally for years, mostly because I love the feature that it syncs across Dropbox, which means that I can set up notes on my computer and sync them with my phone. So it's actually quite interesting and quite useful on a productivity standpoint. So if you're someone who likes to write a lot of emails on your phone or needs to write a lot of text out, I think Plain Text would be a really great app for you to check out. Okay, the second app that I could not live without is DocScan. Now, DocScan is one of those applications that basically turns your phone into a scanner. Whenever I'm on the go, or even if I'm just at home and I don't want to like break out my normal scanner, I do have the ability to scan on my HP OfficeJet printer. It is like an all-in-one type of printer, but I just find that sometimes it's a little cumbersome to have to like scan something in through the flatbed and then have it transferred on my computer and then save it and then email. Sometimes it's just easier to just snap a picture on your iPhone, which is exactly what DocScan lets you do. It's basically an app that lets you take pictures of documents and then it optimizes those documents and then gives you the ability to convert them into like things like PDFs. And so I can really quickly take a document, scan it on my phone, and then turn it into a PDF to send to someone else. I do this a lot with contracts. Again, I really don't mess with my flatbed scanner very much. I just prefer to use this. It's super easy. And you can even open documents in this application and then like sign them with your finger, which is pretty cool, and then save them and send them back. So if you're someone that has to deal with documents a lot or would like a PDF converter, I definitely think DocScan is a great way to deal with documents on your phone. The next app I could not live without is HootSuite. So HootSuite is a social media scheduling app that can schedule posts across a number of different social media platforms, most notably Twitter, Facebook, and now they can even do Instagram. If you're someone out there who is a business owner or a brand or just an individual who's trying to grow their social media following, I cannot tell you how invaluable it is to be able to plan out an editorial calendar and bulk process different posts and then schedule them to go out into your feeds. Now, I will say one thing. While Twitter is a social media platform that does allow you to schedule ahead of time and it'll auto post, same thing with your Facebook page, it'll let you auto post. Instagram is unfortunately one of those finicky platforms that for one reason or another, they don't let you actually publish through any applications. Not HootSuite, not Latergram. If you guys are familiar with any of the different social media schedulers, Instagram is the one application where you actually cannot set a post to fully schedule. But what HootSuite does is it lets you queue up a picture and queue up a description, and it sets an alarm on your phone so that when you want to have a post go live, it sends you an alert and it tells you, hey, it's time to post this picture onto Instagram that you scheduled, and you can go in and then you manually do it, and the app helps you to bring over the description and the picture really quickly so that instead of spending like 10, 15 minutes putting together a post on your own, it's already been put together and it takes only about like a few minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes to move over the post and just check that, make sure everything looks good before it goes live. So HootSuite for me as a business owner is definitely invaluable. It's just a social media scheduling app, but I highly, highly recommend it. Next app I highly recommend is one called White Noise. So this goes under the category of my sort of like meditative apps. And White Noise is a really great app that gives you a bunch of different stock sound effects, sort of, so that you can turn it on and kind of let your mind kind of go free in the white noise. I've tried a lot of different sound machine applications for iPhone in the past, and some of them are pretty good. I do recommend a few of them, but I would say that White Noise is kind of my favorite. So if you're looking for like a sound machine generator, something like that, that you can either use while you're working to help drown out any noise around you, if you're someone who can't work in complete silence, or if you're someone who likes to use like a white noise generator to help you meditate throughout the day, if you have like a time where you like to meditate, or if you're just feeling overwhelmed throughout the day and you feel a little stressed and you want to kind of turn on a sound machine to kind of help your mind settle, I would highly recommend White Noise. The next application that I could not live without is Audible. So I'm sure you're familiar already with Audible. It's a very popular platform where you can purchase and listen to audiobooks on the go. So I'm someone who absolutely loves audiobooks. I love listening to a book on tape. Most of the books that I read in a year are audiobooks through Audible now, and I definitely credit Audible for helping me to get through a ton of books last year. If you're a book lover or you're someone who wants to get back into reading, I cannot recommend Audible highly enough. I realize that listening to an audiobook for some people is not the same thing as reading a physical book. I get that. But for me in my kind of like busy entrepreneurial life, listening to a book on tape is much easier than having to sit down and read. And because of that, I'm able to kind of digest a bunch more content than I would if I had to force myself to sit down and read. So if you're someone who does want to read more or would like to get into books a little bit more, Audible is an awesome platform. I can't believe it took me as long as it did for me to even sign up. I signed up last spring, like at the beginning of the year last year, and I don't know what the heck I was thinking. For some reason, I did not sign up for Audible. I had some like preconceived notions about what Audible was that kind of prevented me from signing up. Number one, I thought for some reason that you were like renting the books, like it wasn't that they were always there, which is obviously completely false. Like once you buy a book, it's yours forever, like it's yours, you keep it. And the second thing that I thought about was that I thought that if you signed up for an account, if you didn't keep the subscription going, then you lost access to all the books that you purchased. Again, not true. Once you download a book, it is yours to keep. And the other great thing about Audible is you can sign up for a subscription. I actually purchased the subscription with 2 credits a month, so I can actually use my credits to download 2 books a month, but I always end up buying more books. And I didn't realize that as well, that Audible actually lets you purchase books too. So you're not just limited to the amount of books that you have credits for, you can actually buy more books, and it's actually just a cheaper way of buying audiobooks, which is pretty cool because they have sales all the time and specials on books. So if you're someone who's interested in Audible, you've never checked it out before, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description because I've got a special link that you can use to actually get 2 free audiobooks when you sign up for a trial. So you sign up, you get 2 credits you can use towards any 2 books that are in the library, and they are yours forever. Even if you decide that you're not going to move forward with a full subscription, you can keep those audiobooks. It's all yours, you get to keep them. But I just love this app and I use it all the time. I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite apps on my phone for sure, and definitely an app that helps me not only with my productivity, because it's great to listen to a book on tape while I'm doing other things like cleaning the house, but I also consider this to be like a personal development app as well, because exposing yourself to more literature is always great, and I'm able to learn a lot of things because I like to download a lot of nonfiction and sort of like self-help or personal development books all the time. So definitely check it out. If you're interested, I could not recommend Audible highly enough. The next app I could not live without is called My Package. Okay, so let's be honest here, you guys. I'm definitely one of those people who likes to shop online. I feel like on any given day, I have at least one order I'm waiting for to be delivered to me. Not that I get deliveries every day, but it's like I placed an order a few days ago, so I'm waiting for this package to arrive to me one of these days. And so My Package is a great app that actually gives you the ability to plug in all the tracking information for your packages, and it keeps track of where all of your packages are for you. So instead of going to like UPS's website or FedEx's website or the post office's website and like typing in your tracking codes and checking, packages one at a time, this is an application that'll actually house all of those tracking information for you. So all you have to do is track the app and kind of see where everything is and see if anything's out for delivery. It's really great. It keeps your tracking information up to date, and I absolutely love it as someone who is definitely an avid online shopper. So check it out if you have a lot of orders that you place online as well. The next application that I could not live without is Dropbox. So if you're not familiar with Dropbox, it's basically a cloud-based storage system that you can actually sign up for free. I still just have a free Dropbox account. I haven't started paying for it yet, and I've had this account for years. I love Dropbox because, again, as a business owner, I think it's really important that we keep track of important information up in the cloud. I just think it's a really secure way to manage important files and to transfer information from different gadgets. I've got like a laptop, I've got my phone, I've got my iPad, and having Dropbox means that I can actually leave certain files up in the cloud and then just pull them up on whatever device I've got so that I always have all of my important information with me. Okay, now the 8th and final productivity app that I am obsessed with. I've talked about this app before. It is called Clear, and it is a list making app that I absolutely adore. People ask me all the time about how I plan on the go or how I keep track of information on the go. I'm not someone that carries their planner with them unless I have a specific reason to. So whenever I have an idea for something on the go, or I need to make a grocery list to take with me shopping or anything like that, I pull up Clear and I make a list on the application. Now again, there are a lot of different list making applications out there online, but I love Clear because it's really fun. It gives you the ability to type in items and then reorder items in a list. You're able to easily swipe to complete an item or swipe to remove an item. It's all very well integrated into a touchscreen phone, which obviously my iPhone is a touchscreen phone. So I actually love using the app. I just think it's a lot of fun. It's very simple, very streamlined. And if you're someone who is a list maker or, finds that they come up with ideas on the go a lot that they need to remember, having a reliable list making app I think is so important, not just for your own productivity, but for your peace of mind as well. So definitely check out Clear if that's interesting to you. Okay, so those were the 8 productivity apps that I could not live without. I would love to know what apps you use on a daily basis to keep you productive and organized. So please let me know down below in the comments if you have a suggestion. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check the description box for links to these items that I've mentioned, and leave me a comment if you have a question, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, bye-bye!